Yeah, that's the thing. Oh. So they're undefeated, right? So that's my issue. Florida State is literally undefeated, and they won all the games they were supposed to win, and their championship game. And yeah, their quarterback was hurt, but you know what? They deserve a chance. They're in a power conference, and they won. They won every single game. That's crappy to me. That's crappy. That means that it just is in your face favoritism of the SEC. It's stupid. And anyone that argues that is probably just a big fan of the SEC, and that's it, you know? Like, because there really is no counter argument to it, that it is favoritism. That's what it is. Now, you know, the situation with what was it, South Florida a few years back, like, see, the difference there is that they were not in a Power 5 conference, right? Like, when you are in the ACC, the Big Ten, the SEC, you know, any of those conferences, and you go undefeated and you run the table and you win your championship game, you should be in the playoff. That's it. Nasty Blitz, hey. Thanks for the 16 months, tier 1, dude. Pure extortion. What are we working with here? Yeah, UCF would have gotten smoked, exactly, Hyperlink. But what I'm saying is that UCF was not in a Power 5 conference, right? That is a true statement. I'd argue that a one-loss SEC team is usually stronger than an undefeated ACC team. Well, you know what? Then that sucks for you, dude. I'm just saying. Like, if you're in a power conference and you go undefeated, you should have a spot. You should have a spot. And if they get blown out in the playoffs, they get blown out in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. I just think that's crappy because, like, the guys that are playing that game on the football team, like, you'll never know. You will never know because they won't be there to play. I didn't even look at who dropped here, so we should just get out of here. I could be just like running into a rat. Drive like I'm a college football commissioner. Oh, crap. Because here's the other thing, like, fans are looking at it from a perspective that they want to see their team win, right? But imagine the guys that are playing on those teams. They don't have any choice in, like, what happens. All you have to do is just go out and win the games you're supposed to win. And they did. They went out and they won the games that they were supposed to win. Did Alabama beat Georgia? Yeah, well, you know what? If SEC wanted a team in there, then maybe Georgia should have won that game. Texas beat Alabama. So the thing that's stupid is I think the only reason why Alabama or why Texas is in the college football playoff and is because they beat Alabama earlier on in the year. Yeah, they won their conference, but they're able to justify this, right? Because oh, you know, Bama's only loss is Texas, and now Texas is in, so whoo, we're gonna screw over Florida State. I mean, I'm not even, here's the real thing, Chad, is I'm not even a fan of the ACC. I don't like the ACC. I don't, you know, I'm not a fan of any of the teams in the ACC. I'm just strictly talking about how the system currently is and how it's set up already. You know, if you're a team and you're in a power conference and you win all your games and you don't get into the playoff, you're screwed. Well, then what's the point? Going undefeated means nothing then? You know what I mean? I don't know who I'm pulling for, Slurs McBain. I might pull for Michigan in that first game because I think Bama getting in is stupid. And I hope that they get smoked. I hope they get rolled. I don't know. I'm just sick and tired of all, like, just like in the NFL, the reason why, like, I don't like the Cowboys and I don't like the San Francisco 49ers is the same reason why I don't like the SEC in the NCAA. I think everyone just sucks on the teat of the SEC, and I want them to lose. I just want them to lose. That's it. Is it because Florida State got screwed and they're not allowed in the playoff? Probably. That's one of them. That's one of the reasons why. I don't like that, man. I think those guys got screwed. To be honest, they won the games they were supposed to win. Yeah, they lost their quarterback, but that should speak volumes to what type of team they are and how good they are as a team. They were able to overcome losing their quarterback and keep winning games. And now their season's, you know, it's over. It's not over because they have a bowl game, right? But the thing is, if you're not in the playoff, then who really cares? See, that guy's first problem, chat, is he's walk hard. I'm rock hard, baby. That's the difference. That's the Bobster difference right there. Kick your booty, thanks for the 300 bits. Did I just hear a footstep here? Brocker, thanks for the 500 bits, dude. Happy Sunday, man. Edelweiss, thanks for the prime for 11 months. Oh, like a prawn star in a bush. I'm in for that. What? What the heck? Dude. CGJ, welcome in, man. The SEC has the deepest pockets? I don't think so, Hyperlink. I think I looked it up, and the schools that have the most money, I'm pretty sure it's something like It's actually crazy. It's something like Texas #1, Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, like all those teams have way more money than the SEC. Well, Texas is not SEC this year, right? That's next year, isn't it? Or is Texas in there this year? That guy had the freaking moves, dude. Yeah, so they're not in until next year. I think I just saw someone here. No, maybe that was a bush. You take a shot like that, chat, out of the blue, or like from the blue zone, you better make sure you land that shot. Because if you don't land that shot, you're in big old dookie. I mean, obviously the Florida State losing their QB factored into it. That's obvious. But what I'm saying is, even without their QB, they still managed to win the games they needed to win, and they got screwed. They should have been in it. That's what I'm saying. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You can't help injuries, chat. And football is more than a individual sport. Football's a team game. You don't know that if Florida State were to get into that game, you don't know if Florida State would have got in and maybe played against Michigan or Washington or whoever they got up against. And you don't know if it would have been like the one Super Bowl that the Steelers won, where they get two defensive touchdowns. You don't know. It totally could happen. Sorry, that took me by surprise. The guy not in the zone, just camping at the edge. My bad. Oh, believe me, I'm all for the playoffs expanding. I'm 100% all on board for that. Huge advocate of that, and I'm so happy that that's happening. I think it even needs to get bigger than that, chat, to be honest. This might be a hot take, but I think all of the conferences need to be I think all of the conferences other than the SEC and the Big Ten need to be absorbed into one of those two. And then what I think should happen is you do a system that's just like the NFL with the NFC and the AFC, and you have the Big Ten and you have the SEC, and you have your best teams, and each of them has a little playoff, right? And then after they have their playoff, the winner of the Big Ten plays the winner of the SEC, kind of like an NCAA Super Bowl. That's what should happen. I mean, there's so many problems with the college football system too, chat. I know everyone, here's the thing. Everyone loves to hype up the SEC and how good the SEC is. I would love to watch any of these SEC teams come up and play Ohio State, come up and play Penn State, come up and play Michigan in December out in the cold. I'd love to watch it. They would get pummeled. I just would love to see it. I'd love to see it, chat. This guy saw me go in here and he thought he had me. But I'll tell you what, chat, my man thought wrong. I think that dude was just throwing nades out there. He died to the blue. Holy. There's an MG3 in play. You best believe I'm scared to death of that gun. And if you notice, chat, all of the bowl games are all held in really warm, nice weather, indoor stadium, you know, against teams that are used to playing in the warm, where you have teams like I just mentioned, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, that play out in the freezing cold. And then they have to acclimate to the warm weather to play after waiting a month. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's lopsided. There's never a bowl game up north in the winter, in the snow, right? You don't see a bowl game like a Buffalo Bills football game where it's a blizzard. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy to play when it's super hot out and super humid. I'm just saying that the teams that are playing in the bowl games are already acclimated to that. They're used to playing in that weather. And then you have teams that are used to playing when it's cold, having to just go in and play against them. I think it's already basically like a home field advantage. It just is. I'm not saying one's easier than the other. I'm just saying that one side is used to it and the other side is not. Only because they want to see a ton of offense and sell more tickets. Well, hey, Obituary, I know they want to sell tickets and fill the stadium, but I don't know how much you know about this. The majority of the money that comes from these types of games, the majority of the money comes from ads and from people watching on television. Hey, Bups, welcome to the stream. So the ticket sales are just, you know, they want people in the stands. They want to get people hyped up for it, all that stuff. But the reality is that the money comes from ads. The money comes from TV.
Yo.
Thought you were doing something.
In like an hour.
Okay, hold on. I'm in a top situation here. There's got to be a guy over here, chat. I can wiggle my way to that tree. I think I'll be in pretty good shape. I'm gonna see if I can pull one of these guys out, chat. See how good this bait works. It might fail and it might blow up in my face. But that's the tree I need to get to. How are the other two dudes not fighting? One guy must have been in my smoke. The other guy is in the zone right now. One guy had to have been over here. He's got to be at this tree. Okay. Yeah, baby. Woo! Everyone's prone, and we just work around the edge, baby. Talking football and getting dubs. Because what goes great with football, chat? Chicken.